I am going to ask you to register yourselves with your sys code. Since the next class, I am not going to accept anybody. I am going to close the permission to be registered in the class. Please, I am going to ask you to do this, yeah? Okay, and oops, I'm sorry, Boris Torrico. I'm sorry. Okay, then let's start with our class, and I am going to ask to my friend, please, where is Erwin Ojeda? Erwin Ojeda? Erwin? Erwin Ojeda? Hello? Ojeda Fernandez Erwin? No? Oh, hello, Erwin. Okay, my question was, what did we work last class? Ojeda, do you remember what about we have worked last class? Yes or no? Erwin? Okay, somebody. Ariel Ricardo? Ariel Ricardo?
Good afternoon, Miss.
Hello, Ariel Ricardo. What did we do last class?
Oh, sorry, I don't understand
Do you
the
remember?
answer. The question, sorry. The what we talk about?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
we talked about the homework. What we did. Sorry.
Yes.
And just that we speak about our punto de vista.
Yeah. Point of view.
Yes. That's it, I think.
And thank you, Ariel Ricardo
You're welcome.
Delgado. Yes, you are? Or Delgadillo? Delgadillo. No, yes, Ariel Ricardo. Yes, you are. Okay. And what about Michelle? 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 No, Michelle? But I have a Michelle. Tony Edson. Tony Edson. Tony Edson. No microphone, Tony Edson. Torres. Okay. Torres Cruz, Tony Edson. No? Okay. Let's go with my friend Boris Victor. Boris Victor.
Hi, Miss.
Good afternoon, Boris Victor. What about was the topic that we have worked last class?
We were explaining about our work of operating system, the types, advantage, disadvantage, and what is an operating system.
Very good, excellent, Boris Victor, excellent. And you are Cali, yes? Yes. Okay, Gualberto. Okay, Gualberto Choque. Hello, Gualberto. Gualberto, if I ask you about what is a network, what is a network? What might be the concept that we may have network? What might be the network? What might be a network?
Network is
What might be? Don't worry, please. Try to remember.
no me acuerdo, Miss.
Okay, try it. Don't worry. Okay, somebody who remembers what is a network? What might mean?
Good afternoon.
Okay, Alison, go ahead. Alison.
I think network is a group or system
Yeah?
of people or things interconnected.
Okay. That means that it's going to be interconnected among them. Yes? Okay. Any other idea more? Somebody more?
Miss,
Yeah?
good afternoon.
Hello.
I remember, hello. I remember that in the pages that you give us, say that network operating system is a kind of service that provides the capacity to manage data of users, groups, security applications, and other networking functions.
Okay, very good, Adalit Torrico. Very good. Excellent. Okay, this is the base that we have as programmers, as you are Adalit Torrico, yes? Okay, then when we talk about it, Ernesto, you are Ernest. Okay, when we talk about the network, computer networking, and internet, let's remember a little bit that we have been working with the operating system, and we have explained about the different concepts, and we also have been talking about the types, the advantages, and disadvantages. Yes? Okay, today what we are going to work is about the computer networking and internet protocols. What might mean, any person, what might mean protocol? Do you know when somebody is going to go to some place, he has to go through the protocols. What is a protocol? What might be a protocol?
Maybe a set of steps.
Okay, very good. What more? Any other person more? Noé, Josué, you want
Steps that
to
you have to follow to reach something or to do something.
Okay, very good, Ezequiel. To reach something or to follow something to get the objective, yes? Okay, something more? Okay, Noé Josué, you wanted to say something.
It's a standard procedure or format.
Very good. Harold Zurita, okay.
Good afternoon, teacher.
Hello, Jose David. What
Yes,
more?
I think protocol is a set of rules, ¿no? O sea, un conjunto de reglas, tal vez, de pasos a
Okay.
seguir.
Yeah. Okay,
Eso.
very good. A set of rules. Very good. Excellent. Anything more? Daniel, Uño, you wanted to say something?
Hello, Miss. Good afternoon.
Hello, Daniel. Do you want to say, do you want to mention something about this topic, the protocols?
I don't remember, but one protocol that I can remember is HTTPS in the browsers.
Yeah.
And the different layers in the network have different protocols. Example, TSP, and I don't remember.
Okay. So you have mentioned the most important aspect that it's going to imply our new topic, that is going to relate to be related with this, with the connection, with this relation that we are going to have for communication, yes. And as you have also mentioned it, it's going to be it's a set of information, data, the transmission between the relation between devices. Yes, we are going to say that how are they connected? Okay, so in that way, today we are going to talk, okay, about the computer network protocol. I am going to share with you the presentation that it has the most consistent aspects of this topic, but we are going to amplify with other concepts, okay? Then, Vivi, let me share with you. Okay, I have, yes? Can you see the presentation, yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, let's work. You were right when you mentioned the basic concepts about the computer network protocol, when you mentioned that they are like the communication of two speakers that they maybe speak the different languages, but they are going to have a relation and communication through this device or this system that is called protocol, okay? Of course, for this, they can use a different, we may mention a different software and hardware, but they are going to have the ability, or we are going to mention that they are going to have this communication to get the objective, okay? They are going to have the communication between them or among them if they are working on among many places, devices. We are going to say that, okay? So the computer network protocol. What is the main concept? How do we consider, or what can we sum up this concept? Okay. If we observe the picture, let's observe, okay, that we are going to have the server, the router, the end system, or also we are going to call, remember, the bridge. We can mention the bridge. We are going to have a communication system that is going to be based on LAN or WAN. All these are going to be part of this communication, yes? So if we have to mention what is a network protocol, you were right. It's a set of rules that is established in the communications, yes? The protocol is the rule that is established in the communications between computers, yes, on a network. Okay, what do we need to be communicated or to have flowing on our communication is this protocol. Because if we are not going to have that, we are not going to be able to be communicated. Yes? So these rules include the guidelines, as they say, and regulate. They are going to establish rules to use that system, to use that service. Yes? We have to have protocols to use any service. Then, we are going to talk about the access method that is going to let us to know about the physical topologies and the types of cabling and speed of data transfer. Even nowadays, we are talking about a wireless service, a wireless transmission. Yes, we are going to have the standardized, yes, network protocols that, as we have mentioned already, they are going to provide a common language for network devices. And this common language, it's going to allow the communication through these services. Remember, my first question was, what might be a network? If we split this word, net, in Spanish, what is the meaning of a net? What might mean a net? Only net, what might mean?
Red.
Red, yes? And if we imagine a net is not separated is not separated pieces of cables. It's going to be linked, yes? And every point is going to be linked with the other. That's why I, not always, but I have the similarity with spiders, for example. They have their own net. But let's observe them that everything is connected. Nothing is separated, yes, or isolated. Net means to link, all, to be linked, that is. So the rules can be implemented by hardware, software, or a combination of both. Yes? They are going to work together. We have to mention that they are going to work together. So let's think that a network is created according with each industry. The most common ones, when we mention, for example, oh, they have the price of ISO. Yes, and we say, what is ISO? Okay, this is the internet analyzer. We are going to say the internet system that is going to connect also these services, yes? So we are going to talk about this where we are going to have the server and the client. For example, in our city or in Bolivia, which is the end system? Which end systems can we have? Which services do we use in this case?
Maybe Tigo, Viva, Entel.
Yeah, Tigo, then Entel, yes, Comteco. They are Access, yeah, Access. Okay, yes. But what about Comteco? What about Comteco? Do we have the main server, or do they buy service and they sell again the service? What is the system that they are working with? Anybody? How are they working with their network protocols? How could we explain the protocol in the service that we have?
I don't know, maybe they buy it from someone else and then they distribute it?
Exactly, because they are not the end providers, yes? They are not. They also are connected. For what is happening today with the 5G, yes? It's like a boom nowadays. It's like a boom in our country, but it was being used by other countries. Yes, I don't know if you remember in our city. I don't remember if it was last year or when, when people use it to say, no, no, that is going to kill us. It's better if they don't bring. This is because the ideas that may be transmitted from a person that a person that doesn't know what technology is or how are other countries working with these systems are going to mention that it can kill us. Let's see what is going to happen in the future with this. But yesterday I don't know if you have listened about this system that Samsung is offering now to the clients. They are changing our old cell phones by new cell phones using the 5G. We do not know if they are going to give us this kind of service, or it's going to be more efficient, and we do not know. Yes, in our country, many times they just cheat. Okay, then let's go ahead. Okay, how do network protocols work? How do they work? The question was when we were mentioning that they are interconnected and they are going to have this connection. Let's observe the picture. Yes, and I think that is the best representation where we are going to have the connection of LAN, local area network, or it can work with one, yes, with one that it is the wide area network that is wider, yes. It's going to work, it's going to get to a farther place if we want to mention. So in the open system, interconnection, or OSI, here, OSI is the open system interconnection model, yes? One or more network protocols, yes, govern activities in each layer in the telecommunication exchange, yes? And if we ask now, what is a layer? What might be a layer, my dear engineers? What is a layer? Now you have to teach me. What is a layer?
Layer means kappa.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. What more? What for is it useful, a layer? What is a layer, dear engineers?
The OSI model have very layers. An example, physics is a layer. And,
yeah.
In Spanish, enlace.
Yeah.
Red is another layer, and I don't remember, but this is some layers in the model.
Very good, excellent, Daniel Uño. Okay, any other one who wants to mention what is a layer? Okay, these units you are going to work. What might be a layer? Okay, Daniel has already explained it. Anybody more? What might be a layer? Claudia Quinteros? What might be a layer? Let's go. You have to do the class. Try to do the class with your opinions, with your ideas.
Here, I guess that the layers refers to the level of priority. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe they are levels that are connecting between them, but in a low level, and they have certain types of protocols that govern the activities in that level, but more high they have other protocols.
Okay, very good, excellent. Okay, Adalida Ernest. Then, let's continue. So protocols work together to enable internet connectivity. Remember, nothing is going to work isolated. They are going to work together. If you observe, nothing is isolated, yes? Or they are going to say, no, it's better I am going to go out and I am going to work alone. No. Everything is going to work together and linked. Okay, then you were mentioning very good some types of network protocols, yes? So if we are going to talk about the types of protocols, we are going to talk about the Ethernet, where the technology for connecting the devices in a wired local area network or wide area network one, enabling them communicate with each other via protocol. Here, what we have seen before, okay? Remember, this is not a wireless system yet. This is a wired. That's why LAN and WAN are going to be part of this connection. Yes? So local talk or local area network is a particular implementation of the physical layer. You were talking and having the reference of layer as a cape, yes, of the Apple Talk networking system from Apple Computer. Yes, we can have local talk, yes. A token ring network is a local area network in which all computers are connected in a ring. What does it mean? Like this ring, yes? All are going to be connected with the same information. At the university, for example, we have the local area network because we are going to be connected on it. But what happens with the banks? They are going to have a wide area network or maybe a wider, yes, network protocol. Okay, so fiber distributed data interface, which is, we are going to say, FDDI stands for Fiber Distributed Data Interface. That is the optical data communication standard. Now, many of you have been experiencing a service at home or in other places, or maybe at work with the system of wired or optical service. Which is the difference, and which might be the advantages that we may take into account in the moment that we are going to acquire that service? Okay? Josué David. Josué David. Josué.
Yes, listen.
Okay, Josué David, what service do you have at home for internet?
¿Cómo se dice? I have a contact service contact.
Okay, is it optical service?
Yes, but it's a cable. Is the service, es el servicio que tengo, porque después for internet is a megas.
Okay.
Lo que utilizo.
What about my friend Wilfredo? Wilfredo. Okay. What kind of service do you have? Do you work from home or do you work from your work or from an internet service place?
It's home.
Okay. What kind of service do you have?
Every service, teacher. It's
Okay.
optical and cable.
Okay. And what about Brian Julio? Brian? Okay, Brian. What kind of service do you have at home?
I am a service for cable.
Wired service. Yes, with wires. You mean with wires? Wire? Yes. Cableado? Yes. With cables?
Sí.
Yes.
Cable.
Okay, but what is the difference with the optical service? Which might be, Ezequiel, in your concept?
That the optical connection is faster.
Yeah. And do you have that service? The optical data communication?
I'm not so sure. I think I do, but then when it's distributed to the rest of the houses, manage a different type of connection. But the connection that comes to the apartment is probably an optical connection. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Many times, Ezequiel, and haven't you tried to know and say, okay, you offered me optical one, and how does it work? And you are almost an engineer, haven't you?
No, I'm not almost an engineer. It's my third semester, actually.
Is it your first semester?
No, my third semester.
Okay, but you are ahead already, Ezekiel. And okay, I ask you about this because many people told me optical, but I feel and I think that it's the same as a cable service. What might be
No, well, the optical service is faster because you don't lose speed in the process to send the information. The connection is direct. There is no loss when you use an optical connection. So that bears the internet connection a lot, not just the speed, but the amount of data that you can manage. That's until now all I
know. Okay. What about my other friends, Jesus? Jesus, do you think that when they offer us a optical internet service, they are given a quality of service, or what is your opinion? Jesus Orlando?
Present. I have service optical. Oh, pardon. Yeah, I have service optical. Is fast. Send information.
Okay, so nowadays there is a great competition among the companies that they are going to offer us the service, but also we have to remember that they are not giving us the quality of service. Yes, some of them too expensive. Yes, too expensive. But also the only one I think that it's quite cheap, it's Intel, that it's offering some extra service. Yes. Okay, let's go back into our presentation. Okay, and if we talk about the FDDI, and we are going to remember that this is the standard, the most common long distance service for communication and with fiber optic lines. Yes. When we have the asynchronous transfer mode, is the switching that we are going to have in a multiplexing and into small sized cells. But among this, we are going to have the types of protocol, network protocols. The most common are the Ethernet, the local talk, the token ring, the FDDI that we have mentioned, and the ATM, that it's the asynchronous transfer mode. Yes? Inside the protocols, also one of our friends have mentioned the IP, the acronym of, IP is the acronym of what? Who remembers? IP is the acronym of IP is the acronym of
Internet Protocol.
Very good, Daniel. Internet Protocol. Yes, very good. Then other acronym that it's very, very common among the system areas or informatic areas are the TCP. What was TCP? Is the acronym of TCP? What is?
Maybe Transport Control Protocol.
Transmission. Very good.
Sorry.
Very good. And also other very common is the FTP. What is the meaning of FTP? FTP.
Meaning is file transfer protocol.
Very good, Ariel Ricardo. Excellent. Yes. Check your, it's just remembering our terms that we sometimes we don't take into account, but they are important in our areas. Yes? Okay. Then, when we talk about the HTTP, where do we see this HTTP, which is very common?
On every internet page.
Every internet page. And we say HTTP. Yes? Can you imagine if we would say, okay, take notes, Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Yes, just HTTP, which is very common to be linked with pages, and HTTP is the acronym for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. What for do we use this HTTP? It is used to access, send, and receive hypertext markup language files on the internet. Yes? So HTML, which is very common also inside, we do not take care what do they mean at the moment when we are working. Yes? We just use them and we are not going to take into account what means or what is going to be the work that this acronym is going to do. Okay, in this case, let's remember HTTP to access and to receive and send information, and also when we want to find out the files on the internet, we are going to use the markup. The second one that is very common is the acronym SMTP. SMTP is the acronym for Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. And this is used for transferring information through email between computers. Okay? What about FTP? We have already mentioned it, that FTP is the acronym for File Transfer Protocol. What is the work? What is the function? And what is the role of File Transfer protocol, it is responsible for showing files to be copied between devices. Yeah, transfer information, transfer files, or we are going to say, for example, some images, transfer information, okay? The TCP also, we have mentioned before, the transmission control protocol. Yes, transmission control protocol. That it ensures the delivery of information packets or packages that they call across network. That means that this protocol that is in charge of the transmission and control is not going to let the interruption of the information flowing. It's going to control that all the information is going to go until the end server. It's going to go in the whole package or packet. Okay? Then we have mentioned it also before about the common IP, the Internet Protocol. The Internet Protocol is the responsible to route information between networks, okay? It is the responsible that is going to be in charge to direct the information in the right way. Yes? The IP many times we say like the police control, that is going to direct, that it's going to say through which line we have to send the information. Then, here, we were talking at the beginning, we have asked about the TCP, the IP, and layers, yes? And one of the concepts that you have mentioned about the TCP and the IP, let's remember that they include, in their work, they are going to include many protocols across or through layers, such as the data network, transport and application layers, which work together to enable internet connectivity. Again, let's remember that in the internet, nothing is isolated. Network is all like small wires that are connected among them, but they are not cut at any point. Which are the 4 layers? Our friend was right when he told us a layer is like a cape. Yes? Inside this layer, we have that the data layer has the task of exchanging datagrams, yes, through network, and they are going to connect the boundaries, okay? Network link layer, link, connection, link, yes? That's why many times we ask the other person, which is the link? Give me the link, yes? Network link layer, okay? Here I committed the mistake, please. Here I need an H. It defines the scope of local network. Link on which hosts, which are the hosts? What are hosts? ¿Qué son los hosts en Internet?
Is any computer.
That are going to receive, yes, the information. Very good. Okay. Communicate without intervening routers. Transport layer, transport. Take from one place to the other. Okay, the transport layer, it performs host-to-host communications on either the same or different hosts on either the local network or remote networks to take the information from one place to the other, okay? It doesn't matter if this is going to be connected in a remote place. And here I am going to tell you about the experience of one of my students. Last year, he had the experience. I don't know, and I didn't know where his house was. But he told me, listen, I live from Binto, farther from there. I live in a mountain, and I couldn't receive the signal to have my classes from the university. But what he did was to get with according with him, he organized a meeting with some other students that were from that place, and they started with some polls. And they installed at first one place which used to receive the signal, and then they installed another one with the help of some experienced people. But they got this, yes? Check the information getting to the final user and receiver, yes? So in that way, when we have the transport layer that is going to send from place to place, from host to host, it might be in a local service or in a remote network, yes? Then what about the application layer? Application. What is an application? What is an application? Hello, people. What is an application?
A service or a program that helps us to do various things.
Okay.
It's like a tool that you can use for something in specific, some task in specific.
Okay, very good. Anything more? Anything more, Daniel Perez? Let's participate, please. Let's give more ideas. From a short-term idea, we may go into the big ideas. Okay, then, application layer. It is where applications create user data and communicate this data to other application on another or in the same host. Okay, so this application, as you have mentioned, is going to create a user data and communicate this data to other applications. But we have already talked about protocols. We have talked about the different types of protocols. Which might be the advantages of using protocols? Which are the advantages of using protocols? ¿Cuáles son las ventajas de utilizar protocolos? A ver.
The connection between many operating systems, like Mac OS and I don't know, Linux, because every computers can connect with the same protocol.
Very good. Something more, another advantage? Agustín Colque, Alan Brandon Aguilar. Okay. Advantages. Which other advantages?
The compatibility of the programs.
Okay, programs. Yeah. What more?
Make your navigation and works more simple.
Okay, very good, Reynaldo. Very good. Okay, but are there any disadvantages? Can we say that, there are disadvantages? Ladies, you are in silent today. Please. Are there disadvantages using the protocols or not? What do you say? People, yes or no? What do you consider, my dear Stephanie? Stephanie, do you consider that there are some disadvantages using protocols or not? Stephanie, Eddie, Noelia. Okay.
No, Miss, if there is any disadvantage, like I said, it's I think that maybe that can, I don't know, reduce the capability of some programs, but I'm not so sure about it. I don't really know.
Okay, yes, yes, there are, as in anything, we are going to see the advantages and disadvantages of computer network and protocols. Okay, the advantages are going to be that we are going to have central storage data, yes, where files and all the information is going to be stored, yes. You have mentioned this, it's faster, the service, the work is faster, and it can provide fast communication among the users, yes? And these protocols also are going to give us the advantage of reliability, because it provides the alternative of providing more sources to use and to apply in the service that we have. And yes, when we talk about flexibility, we have to mention also that it is highly flexible, yes, because it provides a powerful communication media, and it offers the chance to increase or reduce our services. For example, you were mentioning Tigo. If you pay more, they are going to give you faster service. If you pay less, maybe they are going to give us very slow service, yes? And the security and protection of information, yes? Here, I would say that there is not a completely closed security, yes? Let's remember that we have other services that they are going to give us the service of security too. My friend Ezequiel was mentioning, are there disadvantages? Yes. We are going to call them disadvantages. Okay, disadvantages, yes. And sometimes, as any service, it can crash, or we are going to get the loss of information. But this is going to be due to maybe weather influence, or maybe we are going to have windy days, but we are not going to have the problem that in the countries of Europe have, yes? For example, they have a very strong winter where they have snow and they cannot go out, and they have the crashes here. But here, we do not have these problems so frequently. Okay, lack of independence, yes? If a PC depends from another server, it can end up at any moment. Wow, this is terrible, yes? Sometimes we have this service to use 4 or 5 people. Sometimes they can have a crash, and this is going to cause also a malware in our system, or also the service that we can buy from, as we are going to call it, second service, yes? And finally, the virus malware. Wow, the virus malware is also a terrible problem that we can confront, since if the system in some, let's call, for example, the, which is the election controller, what was what is the name of this institution that counts the votes and something like that?
The National Electoral System.
Yeah, well, they are going to suffer the attack of any virus, and we are going to have distorted information, or we are going to have problems on getting our information, yes? So it's important to see that we are going to have all these things in our service. But at the same time, today, there are many, we are going to say, many services that are offering to protect your institution, to protect your information through paying some amount of money each month or each year or for 3 years in some cases. And also, this is an advantage to take care of our information. Yes? So, this is the related information about protocols. Okay? Let's have a sum up of this. We have started doing what? Saying what? The concept of protocols. Yes? We have seen the different types of protocols, and we have seen how they are connected. They are how they are related, and finally we have checked about the advantages and disadvantages. Okay, this is the work for today, and I am going to send you this presentation. Is going to be in our platform, and also it's going to be our text. Means the part of protocols. Can you explain, please, please, please? I have something. What means ATM? What was ATM? Do you remember what was ATM? What was ATM, people? What was ATM? We have already talked about ATM.
Is asynchronous transfer mode?
Exactly. Yes. For example, okay, synchronous transfer mode. Yes. And we have talked about ATM. Yes. That it works. It's a switching. What is switch alone? What is switch? For example, if I have to talk about the switcher, I am going to unplug my this. Okay, I am going to use this to switch. Yes, to connect. And in this case, asynchronous. What is asynchronous? We talk about teaching synchronous and asynchronous. What is asynchronous transfer mode?
At the same time?
Please?
Not at the same time.
Very good. Not at the same time. Synchronous means in that moment, on the real time. While asynchronous transfer mode is not in that moment. Then this is used in telecommunication, telecommunication networks. Okay. For example, when you talk about okay, we are going to say about the internet telecommunication, we are going to have the time division, we are going to have undifferentiated time. So this is to encode data into small and fixed sized cell. Okay, that is. Any other question, my dears, to finish this section?
No, it's all good.
Okay. Then, as I was telling with this section, I have finished the. If you observe, my dears, this I would like to explain you. I know that protocols, if you check, there are more protocols, okay? And as I have already mentioned to you, these protocols are also going to depend on the institution or technology organizers that develop this. For example, we are going to talk about the Institute of Electronic and Technological Development, that they have different concepts. But the most common concept that is referred with our careers, I think that I have summarized it. And I would invite you to read more and amplify a little bit more your knowledge. Remember, as much, I am not going to teach you too much. I am going to give you the base in the way that you are going to have a piece to go further. Yeah? So thank you very much for today, and we are going to meet on Friday. Okay? Have a nice day. Miss, did you up the slideshow of... Okay, I am going to do this in this moment, my dears. Don't worry. Thank you.
Goodbye, teacher.
Bye-bye. Bye, Adalyn.
Goodbye, teacher. Goodbye.